The second Red Bull seat has been one of the most discussed items of recent weeks, if not months. And a new solution to the problem has now been offered in the form of, wait for it, Valtteri Bottas. Sergio Perez is of course still under contract for 2025 and after, but is unlikely to stay on because of his dwindling form. Well, thanks for watching another GP Fans News video. If you like what we do around here, please remember to subscribe down below to the channel, or if you're following on Spotify, hit that follow button as well. Either way, we appreciate it. Bottas has left without a drive after it was announced last week that Gabriel Bortoleto would take over at Sauber alongside Nico Hülkenberg. While Guan Yu Zhou's F1 career looks over, Bottas is now linked to become Mercedes' reserve driver. But according to veteran F1 journalist Jenny Gao, Red Bull should consider the 10-time Grand Prix winner too as the ultimate safe pair of hands next to Max Verstappen. Quote, just say Red Bull were looking for a stopgap for that second seat. If you looked at second drivers, someone who would just sit in that seat to do what they've been asked to do, he's fast, we know that. He plays the team game very well. If they were looking for a stopgap so they didn't expose their younger drivers to too much too soon, I would say that would be a good fit. We know Carlos Sainz can go to Red Bull, he's already signed with Williams, and the dads, Jos Verstappen and Carlos Sainz Sr., don't get on. So you can't put him in that seat, but someone like a Valtteri Bottas could work. Over to Liam Lawson, who thinks McLaren should be playing the New Zealand Anthem rather than the English one when winning a Grand Prix. Lawson himself, of course, is from New Zealand, as was the legendary Bruce McLaren, who the Woking-based team is named after. Lawson has stepped in at VCARB for the remainder of the 2024 season in place of Danny Ricciardo, hoping to audition for next year at either VCARB or even Red Bull Racing. The Kiwi has impressed since being parachuted in, scoring 4 points in his 3 Grand Prix weekends so far. He's not come close to winning a race yet, but Lawson does think the New Zealand Anthem should be played a lot more often in Formula 1, as McLaren team founder and former driver Bruce was a fellow countryman. Quote, Red Bull play the Austrian national anthem and a team's based in the UK. McLaren's based in the UK, but it's a New Zealand team. It's complete bullshit, to be honest. It makes no sense. It's a New Zealand team, the name is still McLaren. I have no idea. Honestly, especially if you're from New Zealand, because Bruce McLaren is an absolute legend. According to reports from Autosport, Audi are set to sell part of their stake in the Sauber F1 team to the Qatari state. The deal is set to be announced at the Qatar Grand Prix, which takes place in 2 weeks' time. Audi are taking over all 100% of Sauber for a reported fee of 650 million euros and will come into F1 at the start of 2026. The German car brand will also become a works team manufacturing its own engines, but parent company Volkswagen AG has run into severe financial difficulty. Reports in Germany even suggest as many as 30,000 people could lose their jobs. This is why Audi are supposedly seeking outside investment from QSI, Qatar Sports Investments, who also own football club Paris Saint-Germain. The Qatar state already has a 17% stake in Volkswagen, making them the third largest stakeholder, and could invest up to €1 billion in the F1 project if, quote, conditions are right. Well, that's it for today's news video. So, what do you think of Bottas at Red Bull? Is it a good shout or is it a little bit too far-fetched? Leave a comment down below and I'll catch you in the next one.